Good morning, students. In the previous classes, we discussed with the leadership. Who is a leader and how or what are the qualities with regard to a good leader? So, leader, you is the all in all for a particular group, isn't it? Some of the members may be the followers of that particular leader. If any discrepancy or disagreement occurs, then there is a big problem. So, it is the good quality of a leader to dispute redressal or reduce the conflict itself in the group, isn't it? So, based on that, who is a leader? What is the definition of the leadership? And what is the importance, what is the qualities of a good leader we see in the previous classes. Today we are going to see leader versus manager. So actually the manager is a leader in an organization, isn't it? He is having the authority or the leading power to authorize or to give command and to give due importance to the other subordinate workers' things or the beliefs or the thoughts. Okay, so with that, I'm going to take you what is the differences between a leader and a manager. So we will look into that. So leader versus manager. The main difference between leaders and managers is that leaders have the people who follow them while the managers have the people who work for them. So the managers have the people who work for them. പുള്ളിക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് അതായത് ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ പുള്ളി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താ ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ ഇറ്റ്സെൽഫ് the managers have the people who work for them while the leaders have the people to follow them. So all the managers are the leaders itself, but all the leaders are not the managers also. So there are some differences between both the things, leader versus manager. Leadership does not require any managerial position to act as a leader. On the other hand, a manager can be a true manager only if he has got the traits of the leader in him. By virtue of his position, manager has to provide leadership to his group also. A manager has to perform all the 5 functions to achieve the goals such as planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. ഒരു മാനേജർക്ക് മെയിൻ ക്വാളിറ്റീസ് എന്തായിരിക്കണം? The planning the things, organizing the things, staffing the things, directing the things and controlling overall. അതാണ് ഒരു മാനേജറുടെ മെയിൻ പ്രൊസീജിയർ ഓർ മെയിൻ ക്വാളിറ്റി. While leadership is a part of this function. ഈ ഇതിന്റെ ഒരു പാർട്ടാണ് എന്ത് leadership എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. So therefore some of the major differences between the leaders and managers are as follows. Based on the basis, the origin as well as for the other things. Who is a manager and who is a leader? A person becomes a manager by virtue of his position, while a person becomes a leader on the basis of his personal quality. So virtue of his position, അയാളുടെ അധികാര പരിധി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ ഒരു പൊസിഷനെ അതിനെ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? ആ ഇതിൽ കൂടിയാണ് ഒരു മാനേജർ ഉയർത്തുന്നതായിട്ട് വരുന്നത്. A person becomes a manager by virtue of his position, while a person becomes a leader on the basis of his personal quality. Then on the basis of the origin, that is the thing. On the basis of the rights, manager has got formal rights in an organization because of his status. A manager, as per the subordinates, he is becoming the manager, isn't it? For the subordinates, he acts as a manager so that he has got the formal rights in an organization because of his status, while no formal rights available to a leader. For a leader, there is no formal rights. While the followers, subordinates are the followers of the manager. Manager the followers are subordinates. While the group of employees whom the leader leads is followers. ഒരു കൂട്ടം ആൾക്കാർ അത് ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ പോയിന്റ് ഓഫ് വ്യൂ ആണ്, മറ്റേ പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ ലീഡേഴ്സിന്റെ ഇതല്ല. So that is the group of employees whom the leader leads is his followers. ഒരു കൂട്ടം ആൾക്കാര് whom the leader leads, leader നയിക്കുന്നു, അവരെയാണ് എന്തെന്ന് പറയുന്നത്? The followers in case of a leader. While in case of a follower, in case of a manager, it is the subordinates who perform the functions or who are the followers of the manager. So that is the subordinates in case of the manager, while group of people or employees to whom the leader leads is his followers. Then functions. A manager performs all the 5 functions: planning, organizing, directing, staffing, and controlling. Isn't it? What are the functions with regard to we see here? Staffing, directing, and controlling. So planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So all the 5 functions that is to be performed by a manager, while a leader influences the people to work willingly for group objective. A leader can influence the people. Influence in order to work more. So leader influences the people to work willingly for group objective. Then essentiality. A manager is very essential to a concern. Very important. Very essential person. A manager for an organization. While a leader is required to create better relations between people working in an organization. So leader is required to create better relation between the people working in an organization. That is the essentiality. Then stability. Manager is more stable while leadership is for the temporary thing. For a particular thing act cheyan, adinishesham he may not become a leader. Isn't it? The manager is more stable while leadership is temporary. Then accountability. Manager is accountable for self and the behavior and the performance of the subordinates. He is ഒരു മാനേജറുടെ പദവി വഹിക്കുന്നെങ്കിൽ അയാൾ അതിനനുസരിച്ചുള്ള വർക്ക് ആയിരിക്കണം ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അയാൾ അതിനനുസരിച്ച് സെൽഫ് what is that competent ആയിരിക്കണം. And also the behavior and the performance of the subordinates also. He is bound with the behavior and performance of the subordinates, while leaders have no well-defined accountability to anybody. So that is the another point, accountability. Manager is accountable for self and the behavior and the performance of the subordinates, while the leaders have no well-defined accountability. Then the concern. A manager's concern is organizational goals, how to achieve the organizational goals, while a leader's concern is group goals and members' satisfaction also. Satisfaction of his followers. അതാണ് അയാളെ ഫോളോ ചെയ്യുന്ന ആരുണ്ടോ അത് അവരുടെ ഇത് സാറ്റിസ്ഫൈ ചെയ്തിരിക്കണം. അതാണ് ഒരു ലീഡറുടെ കൺസേൺ. മാനേജറുടെ കൺസേൺ ഹൗ ടു അച്ചീവ് ദ ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ ഗോൾസ്. Then followers. People follow the manager by virtue of job description, while people follow the leader on voluntary basis. So that is the followers. People follow the managers by virtue of job description, while people follow the leader on voluntary basis. And the role continuation. A manager can continue in office till he performs his duties satisfactorily in accordance with the organizational goals. So I will continue ചെയ്യുന്നത് എപ്പോഴാണ്? He is performing the duty well in advance, or as per the knowledge with him, and also he is doing his duty in a well performed way. So thereby his role is to be continued as a manager. A manager can continue in office till he performs his duties satisfactorily in accordance with the organizational goals, while a leader can maintain his position only through day-to-day wishes of the followers. ഫോളോവേഴ്സിനെ സന്തോഷിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കണം, എന്നാലേ ഒരു ലീഡർ സ്ഥിരമായി വാഴുള്ളൂ. മാനേജറോ അയാളുടെ ഡ്യൂട്ടിയും മറ്റുള്ളവരുടെ ഡ്യൂട്ടിയും അതുപോലെ സബോർഡിനേറ്റ്സിനെ കയ്യിലെടുക്കുകയും പിന്നെ എന്നാ ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ ഗോൾസ് അച്ചീവ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ടുള്ള ഇത് നോക്കുന്നു. അങ്ങനെ അയാൾ the role to be continued. So these are the differences. Once again, based on the origin, what is that? By virtue of its position. അയാളുടെ ആ പൊസിഷനെ അതിനെയാണ് നോക്കേണ്ടത്. Okay, whoever be the manager, but respect that position. While leader, person becomes a leader on the basis of his personal quality. While the rights, got the formal rights in an organization because of his status, while no formal rights for any leader. Then followers. Who is the follower for a manager? The subordinates. While the leader, the followers, the group members or the group of employees whom the leader leads are his followers. Then functions. Manager performs all the 5 functions, while leader influences the people to work willingly for group objective. Group objective achieve ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് the leader can perform his duty. While essentiality. Manager is very essential to a concern, while a leader is required to create a better relation between the people working in an organization. Then stability. More stable in the case of which one? manager, while leadership is for a temporary thing. And accountability. Manager is accountable for the self and also the behavior and the performance of the subordinates itself, while leader have no well-defined accountability to anybody. ആരോടും ഒരു വിധേയത്വമോ ഒന്നുമില്ല. എന്നാൽ manager is accountable to achieve that particular objective, and also he is properly observing the performance and the behavior of the subordinates also. എന്തെങ്കിലും subordinates ഇതായാൽ ആരോടാ ചോദിക്കുന്നത്? Responsible for the manager. That is why he is accountable. Then concern. Manager's concern is organizational goals, how to achieve the organizational goals, while a leader's concern is group goals and members' satisfaction. Then the followers. People follow manager by virtue of job description, while people follow the leader on voluntary basis. And the role continuation. A manager can continue in office till he performs his duties. And duties are satisfactorily performed. So till he performs duties satisfactorily in accordance with the organizational goals. While a leader can maintain his position only through day-to-day wishes of the followers. So these are the differences, very important for questioning this one. That is, a leader, how it is different from a manager. Although both are the same, but in the organizational point of view, who is a manager and who is a leader? So this is the difference between a leader and a manager. So like this, each and everything, there are several types of this. So leadership also having different types. One is autocratic leadership. So leadership types. Very important for 2 marks or 5 marks, this one. Anyone can ask. So autocratic leadership. So what is that? Autocratic leader exert high level of power over his or her employees or team members. So a command is there, order is there. Power should be vested with this. So he is exercising the power over the subordinates. People within the team are given few opportunities for making suggestions. Autocratic leadership usually leads to high levels of absenteeism and staff turnover also, because those who dislike such thing may take more absenteeism as well as high staff turnover, because employees may leave the organization because of such things. അപ്പം order, command, പിന്നെ കൂടുതൽ പ്രഷർ കൊടുക്കുക, അതൊക്കെയാണ് ഓട്ടോക്രാറ്റിക് ലീഡറുടെ ഏകാധിപത്യ ഭരണം എന്നുള്ള രീതി കേട്ടില്ലേ. ഓൾസോ the team's output does not benefit from the creativity and experience of all the team members. So many of the benefits of the teamwork are lost also. So he exerts the high levels of power over his or her employees or team members. Adana autocratic leadership എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. People within the team are given the few opportunities for making such suggestions. Autocratic leadership usually leads to high levels of absenteeism and staff turnover. Also, such a team's output, the result, does not benefit from the creativity and the experience of all the team members. So many of the benefits of the teamwork are lost. So that is the autocratic leadership. Another one is bureaucratic leadership. So here, what is that? Exerts power or command or order to his team members or the subordinates. That is autocratic order. Next is bureaucratic. ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥ മേധാവിത്വമാണ് അവിടെ. So that is bureaucratic leadership. So what is that? It strictly ensures that their staff follows the procedures exactly. This is a very appropriate style for work involving serious safety risk or where large sums of money are involved. In other situation, the inflexibility and the high levels of control exerted can demotivate the staff also. അപ്പം ഏകദേശം ഇതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഇതിനകത്ത് പവർ ആണ്, ഇതിനകത്ത് ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരുടെ മേധാവിത്വമാണ്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്താ പറഞ്ഞ ensure that the staff follows the procedures exactly in the correct way they need to follow. Subordinates need to follow the superiors. അതാണ്. Then this is a very appropriate style for work involving the serious safety risk or where large sums of money are involved also. In such a situation, the inflexibility and high levels of control that should be exerted can demotivate the staff. So that is the bureaucracy. Then the third one is charismatic leadership. So what is that? A charismatic leader offers huge amounts of enthusiasm to his team and is very energetic in driving the team move forward. മുന്നോട്ട് നയിക്കുന്നതിന് more enthusiastic ആയിരിക്കും ആര്? The workers or the team members. However, a charismatic leader can tend to believe more in him than in their team. This can create a risk that a project or even an entire organization might collapse in the absence of the leader. തന്നോട് തന്നെ ഒരു മതിപ്പ് തോന്നുക, ആ മതിപ്പില് എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? മൂവ് ഫോർവേഡ്, so that in the absence of such a leader it will fail. അതാണ് ഒരു പ്രശ്നം കരിസ്മാറ്റിക്കിനായിട്ടുള്ളത്. In the eyes of their followers, success is tied up with the presence of that leader only. As such, charismatic leadership carries great responsibility and needs long-term commitment from the leader. ഇപ്പൊ പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ ലീഡേഴ്സിന്റെ കേസ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു നല്ല ആളെ മുൻനിർത്തി ആണ് നയിക്കുന്നതെങ്കിൽ അയാളുടെ അഭാവത്തിൽ ആ പാർട്ടി തന്നെ കൂട്ടുകുത്തും. അതേ ഒരു രീതിയാണ് കരിസ്മാറ്റിക് ലീഡർ. Lots of enthusiasm to his team and very energetic, but in the absence of that leader itself, it will fall down. That is the charismatic leadership. Clear? So autocratic, bureaucratic, and charismatic. Then we see democratic or participative leadership. Or participative. Participative leadership. So, a democratic leader invites other members of the team to contribute to the decision-making process. എല്ലാവരെയും പങ്കെടുപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ട്, അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് പാർട്ടിസിപ്പേറ്റിംഗ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. So, a democratic leader invites other members of the team to contribute to the decision-making process. This not only increases the job satisfaction of the employees, but also helps to develop their skills. As participation takes time, this time can lead to things happening more slowly than an autocratic approach, but the end result is better. It can be most suitable where team working is essential. എല്ലാവരെയും പാർട്ടിസിപ്പേറ്റ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടുള്ള democratic is the same as autocratic up to a certain extent, but job satisfaction will be increased in this because of the decision making process of this one. That is, almost all the employees need to participate in the decision making process to contribute their own decisions, isn't it? Adana oru pratyegada, which one? Democratic leadership or participative leadership. So a democratic leader invites the other members of the team to contribute to the decision making process. This not only increases the job satisfaction of the employees, but also helps to develop their skills. As participation takes time, this style can lead to things happening more slowly than an autocratic approach, but the end result is better. Next is another one, laissez-faire leadership. Laissez-faire leadership. So what is that? This is a French phrase, laissez-faire means let them do, and is used to describe a leader who gives absolute freedom to his team. Full സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം കൊടുക്കുകയാണ് ആ ഒരു ടീം മെമ്പേഴ്സിന്, superior subordinates-ന് കൊടുക്കുന്നു. Superior in the sense means the leader giving full freedom to do so that let them do in their own wish. It can be effective if the leader monitors what is being achieved and communicates this back to his or her team regularly. എന്താണ് നേടിയെടുത്തത്, ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? ഫുൾ ഫ്രീഡം തരുന്നു, നിങ്ങൾ ഇന്ന രീതിയിൽ ഇത് ചെയ്ത് തീർക്കുക. So maybe this is a good approach because let them do by their own wish and to finish it, accomplish the task and achieve the objective. അതാണ് ഓർക്കേണ്ടത്. So that leader monitors every time the work performed by the subordinates or the employees. Laissez-faire leadership is good for teams in which The members are very experienced and skilled. Otherwise, it may lead to indiscipline and disorder in the organization. So, front phrase naming, let them do the duty, and is used to describe a leader who gives absolute freedom to his team. It can be effective if the leader monitors what is being achieved, എന്താണ് achieve ചെയ്തത്, and communicates this back to his or her team regularly. അവരോട് തന്നെ പറയുകയാണ്, see, ഇത്രയും നമ്മൾ അച്ചീവ് ചെയ്തു. This is a good indication. More need to achieve. Claps to those who are involved in that. അപ്പൊ എന്താ, their job satisfaction, their motivation, whatever be there, that is also increased. Therefore, it is a good for the teams in which the members are very experienced and skilled also. Otherwise, it will go to indiscipline. Experienced, skilled members ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലേ lazy fair നടത്താൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. Because എന്താ, അവരുടെ കയ്യിലോട്ട് ഇട്ട് കൊടുക്കുകയാണ്. Let them do their duty as on his own way, so that achieving the objectives at the earliest. അത്രേ പറയുന്നുള്ളൂ. അപ്പൊ എന്ത് ചെയ്യണം, അവർ അവരുടേതായ രീതിയിൽ ചെയ്യുന്നു. So clear? That is the thing. So that is the laissez-faire leadership. Let them do the duty. അതാണ് laissez-faire leadership. Then another one is relation-oriented leadership. So it is sixth one, relation-oriented leadership. In this style, leader is totally focused on organizing, supporting, and developing the people in the leader's team. It aims at good teamwork and creative collaboration. There should be some relation between the leader and the follower, or the superior and the subordinates, so that it should be in a good teamwork and also creative collaboration with the work also. So that is the relations-oriented leadership. And another one is seventh, task-oriented leadership. Task-oriented leadership. Task means what? The work. Work-based leadership. A task-oriented leader focuses only on getting the job done and can be quite the same as autocratic. Because പണി ആ ഒരു ഇത് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. Work, always they are thinking about the work, like the same in case of autocratic. Okay, so he will clearly define the work and the roles required, the plan, organize, and monitor. However, the task-oriented leaders give some thought for the well-being of their teams as against the autocratic leadership. അതുകൊണ്ട് autocratic എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ exerts power, command, order, everything, every time. അതാണ് autocratic. എന്നാൽ ഒരു ചെറിയ ഡിഫറൻസ് എന്നത്, task, always the work is there, but in along with the work also, the roles to be performed, the plan to be indicated or the plan to be done, then organize and how to monitor that thing, and some thought for the well-being of the workers, team members, അവരുടെ കൂടെ ഉള്ളവരുടെ ഒരു വെൽനെസ്, അതായത് വെൽഫെയർ, അതും കൂടെ നോക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. സോ പ്യുവർ ഓട്ടോക്രാറ്റിക് ആണ് എന്ന് പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല, ടാസ്ക് ഓറിയന്റഡ്. സോ ദീസ് ആർ ദി ഡിഫറെന്റ് ടൈപ്സ് ഓഫ് ലീഡർഷിപ്പ്. Once again, autocratic leader, from the name itself, power is exercised there. Exert more power, isn't it? As well as the command or the order to the subordinates to do the duty. അത് മാത്രമേ അവർക്ക് ചിന്തയുള്ളൂ. So there will be less job satisfaction also. They are less motivated also. അതൊക്കെയാണ് under the autocratic leadership. Second one is bureaucratic leadership. It is the same as it is, but the thing is, what is that? Whatever the position given by, or whatever the power exercised by the workers, or the who is that, the superiors, to the subordinates, that is having importance. അവർ പറയുന്നത് മാത്രമേ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. അതാണ് നോ ഡിസിഷൻ മേക്കിംഗ് എബിലിറ്റി. അതാണ് ബ്യൂറോക്രാറ്റിക് എന്നുള്ളതിന്, ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥ മേധാവിത്വത്തിനുള്ളത്. Ensure that their staff follows the procedures exactly. പറഞ്ഞ അതുപോലെ ചെയ്തിരിക്കണം എന്നുള്ള ഭീഷണിയും അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെയുള്ള കേസിൽ. Okay, serious safety risk also to be involved, where large sums of money are also to be involved. Charismatic എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാലോ, enthusiasm is there, isn't it? ഒരു ടീം മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്നത് എന്തിൽ കൂടിയാണ്? അതിന്റെ enthusiasm. So charismatic leaderനകത്ത് തന്നെ പ്രത്യേകത, tend to believe more in their team. അതിന്റെ അവരുടെ കൂടെയുള്ള ടീമിനാണ് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ അതില് great responsibility ഉണ്ടാകും, long term commitment from the leader also. That is the charismatic leadership. Next is democratic or participative leadership. Decision making process in a participation കൊടുക്കുന്നു. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ almost all the workers should be involved in decision making process. That is why it is called the participative leadership. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് അതിനെ എന്തെന്ന് പറയുന്നത് പാർട്ടിസിപ്പേറ്റീവ് ലീഡർഷിപ്പ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. So that is democratic or participative leadership. Under that word, members of the team to contribute to the decision making process. This not only increases job satisfaction but also helps to develop their skills. Means തീരെ മാറി നിൽക്കുന്ന ആൾക്കാരെ പോലും ഇൻവോൾവ് ആക്കുന്നു എല്ലാ കേസുകൾക്കും. So thereby participative nature of the employees will be boosted up, or decision making process will be, they are getting more satisfied, they are getting, what is that, satisfied and motivated. Adana under the democratic or participative leadership. Another is the laissez-faire leadership, where let them do the duty or let them do as per their wish in order to achieve that thing, achieve the objective, and later on, or one part is achieved, they will show that we achieved this much and clap to that thing. So that is the case. Absolute freedom to be given to the subordinates so that it can be effective if the leader monitors every time what is being achieved and communicates this back to the followers also. Is or here team members. Adana laissez-faire. Other വളരെ skilled, efficient ആയിട്ടുള്ളത് മാത്രമേ utilize ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ, because let them do as per the wish. Otherwise, if the employees are not skilled or experienced, it will result in indiscipline activity. Then next is relation-oriented leadership. Relation-oriented leadership എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? Totally focused on organizing, supporting, and developing the people in the leader's team. A relation is to be maintained between the leader and the follower, otherwise the superior and the subordinates. And the task-oriented, it is almost the same as what autocratic, because always they are thinking of the work to be performed. Even though in such a case, he or she will be checking the wellness of the employees or wellness of the followers. So these are the different types of leadership styles, where what are the autocratic leadership, bureaucratic leadership, charismatic leadership, democratic or participative, laissez-faire, relation-oriented, and task-oriented approach. So in continuation with that, leadership styles. So the literal meaning of the word style is a manner of doing something. എന്തോ ഒന്ന് നടത്തുന്നു, അല്ലെ? അതിൻ്റെതായ ഒരു rules are the leaders in it. So it is the way in which something is said, done, expressed, or to be performed. In the case of leaders, they have to react to the people and situations in a particular way. So leaders in the case, they have to react to the people and situations in a particular way. This pattern of behavior is referred to as the leadership style. It is simply defined as the combination of the traits, the skills, and the behaviors that leaders use as they interact with the followers. So they need to interact with the followers based on the traits with him, based on the qualities with him, based on the skills with him, and also based on the previous performances. Isn't it? So therefore, this style means what? It is defined as the combination of the traits, the skill, and the behavior that the leaders use as they interact with the followers. Therefore, the style followed by leaders had a crucial impact on the performance of an organization. So that is the leadership style. Means the combination of the traits, the skills, and the performances or the behavior that the leaders use as they interact with the followers. That is called the style. So there are some definitions with regard to this by the OB researchers. According to W.R. Bolton, style describes how top the managers behave in leading and motivating their organizations to achieve their desired ends. Very good definition, isn't it? The leadership style describes us how the top managers. So the style describes how the top managers behave in leading and motivating their organization. So the team members need to motivate, or how this is to be lead a team isn't it? So the leader who leads a team and motivate their organization in order to achieve their desired ends. The desired ends means what? The end aim of the organizational objective or the goal, final goal, how to achieve. That leaders mind. In mind, that leader thinks that. So that is why the leadership style describes us how the top managers behave in leading and motivating their organization in order to achieve their desired ends. So according to W.R. Bolton. According to Fortman, CI, and Van Liden, JA, leadership style is the manner and approach of providing the direction, motivating the people, and achieving the objective. Therefore, styles are behavioral models used by the leaders when working with others. മറ്റുള്ളവരുമായിട്ട് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നതിനനുസരിച്ച് there should be some styles occur, or leadership styles are the behavioral models that is to be used by the leaders when working with the others. So that is according to Fortman, CI, and Van Liden, JA. Leadership style is the manner and the approach of providing the direction, motivating the people, and achieving the objective. So objective, finally, what is that? Achieving the objective. According to Borman and Deal, leadership style is the manner and approach by which an individual provides the direction, develops and implements the plans and engages, motivates and inspires the people. What for what? The desired aim is what? To achieve the organizational objective. So this is the leadership style. The style performed by each and every leader who leads, motivates for achieving the organization final aim. That is the leadership style. So clear? So this is the leadership style. So today we see what are the types of leadership, or who is a leader and a manager, what are the differences between a leader and a manager, and also the types of leadership, like what is that? One is autocratic, another one is bureaucratic, another one is charismatic, another one is what? Participative, then the relation oriented, and laissez-faire, and the task oriented. So these are the different types of leadership. While what is that? Leadership style, the combination of the traits, the skill, and the behavior that the leaders perform in order to interact with the followers, in order to achieve the final aim of the organization. Therefore, the leadership style persists. Therefore, describes how the top managers behave in leading and motivating the others or their organization members in order to achieve the desired ends. Desired ends means the aim, final aim, ultimate aim of the organization. So clear? So please have a look at today's topics. Please let me know if anybody is having any doubt. Please see the video that is to be uploaded later. And later on, please reply or message me personally or through WhatsApp or call WhatsApp like that. So for that time, for today, I'm going to wind up the session. Thank you for the day.